Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. Sorry that I missed that last week. It is what it is. You don't care that much, but the content's here now for you, right? Yes. It's been a great couple weeks. I hope you guys have been having a good one. You know, we're just hanging out, having a good time. Been trying to continuously improve myself, guys. We're trying. And I'm starting to think outside the box to try to help improve myself. You know, you got to use what strengths God gave you in order to try to better yourself, right? You got to build upon the foundation that was already laid for you. Now, has my foundation slightly been cracked here and there due to several brain injuries by running into basketball poles and taking golf club drivers to the forehead and possibly getting in multiple bike accidents? Yes. But regardless, I've stuccoed that fucking pavement in my brain. I've fixed up that thing, and I'm still building on it, okay? I'm trying to get to a 3-story house up in there of well-built knowledge, but, you know, that cracked foundation makes the city planners go, hold your fucking horses. Yeah, I've been trying to just work on remembering things better. You know, I have a terrible memory, especially when it comes to like running errands. It's just that I'm always trying to capture ideas and things I'm thinking about all the time. Those are always shuffling through my brain, right? And I think everybody's like this now. I think most people, unless you're one of the few fucking lucky people in this world who still have a flip phone and can operate in that way. I think I could still operate with a flip phone if I'd never gotten a smartphone. And then I would be fine. But trying to go back to it, and it seems difficult. It's the maps. That's all that it is the GPS. And I refuse to get a car with GPS in it, okay? I'm only using the phone. I'm not doing that, you know? But anyway, I digress. I think if you still have a flip phone, you probably have a decent memory. You remember things more because you don't have something fucking Men in Black erasing your brain every time you open your phone. A lot of you probably do the same thing I do, which is where you think of something like, oh, I should look that up real quick and see when that's going on. You open up your phone, and just without even trying, all of a sudden you're on YouTube or Instagram, and then you close it, and you're like, oh man, what was I fucking doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna look up that thing, and then you go through it again. You just Groundhog Day yourself through your phone. Happens all the time to me. And, you know, I get asked to do favors for the fiance, to run to the stores and do this or that after work, you know, just little things. And I forgot to go to Costco after work this past week. And just totally, she asked me, hey, could you go pick this stuff up from there? Yeah, I said, no problem. I know where it all is. It'll be a fucking 10-minute trip because it's by my work. Just in, out, grab what I need and go. And you know, some of you are probably like, wait, how can you get in and out of Costco? Their inventory's constantly changing. It's just nothing but just fluctuating inventory. They move it all around, and sometimes they just shift it. That's like Pan's Labyrinth. It just like the Costco's forever shifting. They have kind of stuff in the same area, but you never find it at the same place twice. I figured it out. I know their scheme. I know their rituals and how they move it now. It's like memorizing the old Mario levels, okay? If you just know the right places to go, you can get to the old warp pipe and you know where all your stuff is. But due to my lack of remembering things and also doing stuff at work, I totally spaced it off. Completely spaced it off. And I was like, damn it, I'm so sorry. And she was understanding. She's like, it wasn't even that big of a deal. And I was like, I promise I'll get it tomorrow. I will get it tomorrow. The question is how do I remember to do this? Some of you are probably thinking, what'd you do, Wade? Use that smartphone that you have and put a note in there or an alarm or even like a little checklist thing, the to-do task app? Like, you just use one of those, right? And I was like, no, I didn't. Do I utilize those things? Yes. Did I utilize it? No. Instead, I decided to use my own insanity against me to make sure I remembered to go to Costco. And the whole day, the next day, just randomly, and the whole day, let me stick at my point here. See, I was about to veer off there. I was about to just go on a different tangent. The whole day, in order to remember to go to Costco, I sat in my office and just randomly throughout the day, I just kept going, Costco. 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 I was just saying Costco in the weirdest voices I could think of. Oh, Costco. Costco. Dude, and it worked. This is how I'm going to start remembering to go do chores or anything of importance. I'm just going to have multiple weird characters saying the thing I need to do, and that'll help me remember, because it's just, you just got to take whatever phrase and find the funniest accent I could use to remember it. Go to Costco! Don't forget the granola bites! You must get granola bites from Costco. Mother Costco. Oh, don't forget to go to Costco. Oh, mate, you gotta go to Costco. This is what I did all fucking day to remind myself, like, wasn't I supposed to do something? And then I just have 9 different schizophrenic characters I came up with who were just obsessed with going to Costco. I tried to do a Donald Duck. That one didn't work. But in my head, it was funny because I had, just doing all that stuff. Gee Wilkers, Mom, I sure would like to go to Costco. Just doing shit like that all day. Welcome to Costco. That's what I did. It's perfect. And you guys, if you're having a hard time remembering to do little tasks, just start doing that. First, it's the best thing to do. I'll tell you what it really helps with. Not only does it help with memory, it helps me diffuse the resistance of wanting to go do a errand or a task. Because a lot of times, nobody wants to run errands, right? Especially like on the weekends. Running errands sucks. You know, you're not like super pumped about it. You got to find a way to make it fun. Luckily for me and my fiance, we have found a way to make those days fun. A lot of times, like Sunday is our errand day, right? Where you're going grocery shopping, gonna bebop around. You just do your tasks. You know, just the things you need to set yourself up for a productive week. You just set yourself up by going to Costco. It works with any voice, dude. Saying Costco and anywhere. Oh, you going to Costco there? I'm gonna go to Costco, bud. Y'all ever been to Costco? You can do it with anything. It's so fun. And by doing that, it helps me like take the sting out of the fact that maybe I don't want to go run errands, right? Like I'm getting off work. I don't really want to go to Costco. Nobody wants to do that. Costco's a goddamn madhouse. And I love how people are like, I can't believe how busy Costco is. What do you mean? It's a fucking warehouse. That's how busy a warehouse is. When people say that, they're people who've never worked in any sort of like warehouse or retail job. The amount of people moving shit around and how it all looks and fucking people getting in your way and stuff, that's exactly how a warehouse operates. Just a bunch of people trying to get... You are the semi-truck at Costco, okay? You grab your little cart and you're just going around and loading up your run. And then you go up to the front and then you itemize it and they're like checking their inventory and then they send you out the door and you're driving cross country to get that haul all the way to where it needs to go. That's what it is. You're playing mini semi-truck. That's why it takes forever. And nobody wants to deal with that. No one wants to deal with the parking, sitting in the line to go get the gas at Costco. It is what it is. You don't want to do that. But you know what makes it fun? Is like when your significant other just comes up to you and just goes, hey, babe, we need to go run some errands. We got to go to Target. And you're just like, Target? And then we need to go to Aldi. And then finally, we just got to make a nice pit stop at the old Come and Go. Come and Go! I hope you guys find this as entertaining as I do. And I'm not even, like, you got to explain to your significant other after you do a couple of them, because they're going to think you're mocking them. You're totally not. You're just saying businesses in a weird voice because it's fun. God damn it, is it fun, okay? I've always been this way. And I just recently rediscovered how fun it is to just do these kind of things. One of the best things you can do is doing that. Okay? I might as well be an ad plant at this point. Especially the way I was raised. I was indoctrinated by fucking corporate jingles. Okay? I was a sponge for those things, okay? As a kid, from like the ages of like 4 to like 8, I had a run where I wouldn't just say store names. I would say their jingles in products too. Like, I'd ask my mom for Skittles and go, Mom, can I have a bag of Skittles, taste the rainbow? Hey, Mom, can we go to Shopco, the store for you? Hey, Mom, can we go to Save Big Money at Menards? Like, I don't know if I thought those were the actual names or I just loved the jingle so much. I'm pretty sure people would have thought I was some kind of advertising psyop, okay? The guys from Mad Men would have looked at me and been like, we've done it. We've found the perfect jingles. They're so catchy that this kid can't say them. He can't not say them. He has to say the whole thing, otherwise he'll explode. I don't know what my parents did to break me of that, but I remember that phase. I remember doing that all the time. I'd sing them too. Shopco, the store for you. Okay. But that's a fun way to get, like, over it. It takes the sting out of the fact that you're going to go stand in a Target for 3 hours. Target. Oh, I got a Target. Go to Target. Yeah, you just say you just say it in fun ways. You all have voices. I go to Target? You could go do any voice you want. Just make fun. Do a mouth one. We go to Target? It's the funnest bit ever. And another fun bit, if you want at a store, is just mime your way through it with your significant other. That's personally one of my favorite ones I do now and then. I just mime my way through it. We'll just be like, she'll hold something up. What do you think about getting this? Just give her a fucking wave. This is an audio podcast, but that's why I have to describe it. But you just silently wave at it, just like wave it off, like, meh. Man, I don't want that. Just point at things that you want. Don't even say anything. You act like how Charlie Chaplin would have shopped, You can bring cue cards with you for what you're saying. If you just move your mouth and then all of a sudden you hold up a blank card. You just got to make errands fun, okay? Yeah, it can be fun. You don't have to just go in there and begrudgingly push around a cart and put stuff in it. You can have fun. That's all I'm telling you. And it helps you remember, okay? If you can figure out the funnest way to say the stores you're going to, you're not going to forget to go there. Okay? That's how you also do a shopping list, is make fun songs out of it. Need some peanut butter bananas. Need peanut butter bananas bread. Need some dino nuggets. You just sing it, dude. You just have fun with it, okay? That's what all we're trying to do, is have fun all the time, okay, guys? That's what we're trying to do. Or just trying to, offset early dementia. That's probably what I'm doing, okay? I'm afraid it's happening, dude. Sometimes I just forget stuff all the time, but if I can figure out these fun clues to help myself stay on the path, I think it'll be all right. They say being creative is a good way to keep your brain fresh and rolling and learning new things, okay? Well, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm afraid I'm afraid of that, dude. I'm afraid of getting Alzheimer's, losing my mind. That sounds terrible. I do not want that. And I feel like I'm already aging at a horrible rate. I keep having these, like, cracked hands. You can't see it. It's finally healing, but it wasn't for the longest time, guys. I don't know what was in the air and why my right hand looked like it was slowly in that one movie where people turn old on that island. But that's what was happening to me. I was just in that M. Night Shyamalan movie, just like, oh my God, the passage of time is coming for me. And I was afraid I was going to have to move to Arizona. It's the only way I could get my hands to heal is go hang out with the old people. I can't handle these Iowa winters anymore, which sucks. I don't want to do that. I can't be 33 and already can't handle winter. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, wait, you could just use lotion. I've been doing that. Tried a moisturizer, okay? You know how much pride I had to swallow to fucking put on moisturizer? I was so mad. I didn't want to do that. It feels weird. I don't know why moisturizer is... It seems like it should just be lotion. That's all it should be. It's like, you're just like, moisturizer. It's just a more hydrated version of lotion. I don't know. There's more water in it. That's what I figured. It's just lotion with H2O in it. That's what moisturizer to me felt like. Should be. But it's not that. I don't know. It's weird. It's creamy. It's creamy and I don't like it. Lotion, it feels fine. I can get over lotion. It's good. But I couldn't find the right one to help, and I don't even know if the one I'm using now is helping that much, but I'm trying. I got one rough hand and one smooth hand right now. And it's fucking off-putting. Like, I touch the one, I'm just like, ugh, I'm becoming scaly. Oh, scaly. I need to go get a tub of moisturizer at Costco. See, you do it in any voice. Costco is just a perfect word to try out an accent or a different voice that you're working on. And Costco. Yeah. I'm tired of having these cracked hands, and I'm scared that I'm gonna have to move to Arizona in order to combat that. I don't want to do that. You know, I do want to move to Arizona, but I don't want to do it for health reasons. You know, I just want to move down there to be in the mountains, in the warm mountains where I can golf all the time. Yeah. I love when people talk shit about moving down there into, like, retirement communities and shit. People love talking shit about that. But I think, why wouldn't you move someplace you enjoy? If you enjoy it, fucking go. Go have a blast, you know? I don't know what else you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to, if you don't like where you live, just sit there and be miserable because you're from there? I don't know. That sounds fucking horrible. I'm going to go to some place where I can golf all the time, and it's not going to be Florida. I guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that I'll be at Costco. Oh, man. And insanity, isn't it? I'll tell you what we might be doing with a new bit, and I didn't do it this episode, but I might start doing it with the memorizing thing, just to help us all with memorizing stuff, right? Remember, like, it'll be a fun experiment on the podcast. A half hour. I'm gonna think next episode we're gonna do a thing called What's the Word, and I'm gonna randomly generate a word, and we're just gonna remember it at the end by the end of the podcast. That'll be the whole game, and I'll just be the entire time randomly saying the word in different voices to help remember it. And then you guys at home can play along. Once I say the word, you say it in whatever wacky voice you do. Oh, my God, call the response. Isn't that going to be fun? Be a good time, you guys. All right. Well, now you've heard me rant and rave about my dumb brain and not being able to remember simple tasks and how I have cracked hands. Why don't we get into the important stuff, you know? Let's get into what we found this week on the internet, guys. I found a really nice article that I think is very, very good. You know, it's something that I find important and which I think some people would be shocked by. But I do find this to be an important thing. It's something that kind of stems from my childhood and reminded me of a lot of, like, really good memories and stuff. And so I think it's important that it sticks around and whatnot. So here's the article I found on the AP News. It's ducks were once a conservation bright spot. Now they are declining in the U.S., new report shows. And then you have a duck sitting in front of what I assume is the Washington Monument. I don't know. That could be any monument. There's about 1 billion things that look like the Washington Monument. Like we had one in my one town I lived in Sergeant Bluff, called the Floyd Monument, and it was basically just a tinier version of the George Washington Monument. So I don't know where that is, but you see one duck. He's the last of the ducks apparently there, and he's contemplating, standing on one foot, doing his morning Taibo, morning yoga on his one foot, duck pose, wondering where all of the other ducks have gone. Washington, at least 112 North American bird species have lost more than half their population in the past 50 years. Jesus Christ. Is that true? I guess it's in the news. I'm an idiot. According to a new report published Thursday. That's a wild drop-off. Get it? Wild birds, drop-off. Oh, yeah, we're rolling. But that is a crazy drop-off, especially, maybe they'll get into this a little bit more, but when I was a kid hunting, right, and this is why this is near and dear, which makes it probably seem weird, but duck hunting was like a big deal in my family. I love duck hunting. I haven't been in years just because I feel uncomfortable trying to go on public lands. I feel like there's a lot of accidents happen if people aren't being careful, so I don't like to deal with it. We always had private spots, like on farmers' lands, that we could use. But it was a big part of like duck hunting is conservation, keeping like wetlands available for ducks. That's why there's organizations that exist like Ducks Unlimited. A lot of people think Ducks Unlimited is just, oh, well, you guys are just for hunters and you just want to make sure you kill them. No, most of what Ducks Unlimited does is protect wetlands for ducks, so the population of ducks can be at a healthy rate. So you can, is it partially because you want to have a healthy population so you can hunt them? Absolutely. But also, if there's not a healthy population, the sport or what you love to do, which is going out in the blind and hanging out with your family or friends and hunting, goes away because you don't have anything to hunt. So that's why they do a great job at conservation. Ducks Unlimited is one of like the best things you can like join and go do. And you're never out of stuff. Like the amount of dinners we went to as a kid where they were Ducks Unlimited dinners, where they'd have silent auctions and real auctions. It happened all the time, and that was a thing my grandfather loved to do, and that was like the organization he helped support because he cared about wildlife and environmental conservation. You know, that's what he wanted to make sure everything was good for the ducks so they could be around for a long time. So that's why this means a lot to me. And what's funny is them saying that the North American bird population, like 112 species have lost half of their population. That's crazy. Because I remember at one point when I was a kid, and I don't know, I haven't looked up like what is illegal or not legal anymore. When I was a kid, Canadian geese were on like a protection list. Like you couldn't shoot Canadian geese. There was no hunting season for them. And then over time, because there was less and less hunting of them, the population has boomed. That's what you hear everybody complain about Canadian geese now, you know, and how fucking annoying and mean those things are. Fuck those things, dude. I fucking hate those birds. God, I hate them. But they didn't get hunted for the longest time, so now like their populations are crazy. And that's the same thing that happened with snow geese. Snow geese now, I don't know how many people know about snow geese, but snow geese hunting, right? Most of the time, if you're hunting, you have a limit of what you can shoot and what you can take home, and there's only so much a day, right? Snow geese, there are so fucking many of them that there's not a limit to how many you can shoot in a day, because their flocks are like thousands. Okay, and that's what was kind of starting to happen with the Canadian geese at one point. There were so many, and they probably are that way. I'm assuming you can hunt them now. I don't know. I haven't looked into it in years. But, like, that's a problem, right? And so that's where, like, conservation and stuff is, like, this weird balance. It's fucking crazy. So, anyway, it's wild that, like, I've seen the inverses of that with at least one species. So, maybe they'll talk about that in here, but It's wild that there's 112 bird species that have lost that much of their population over 50 years. Among also planes in the past 50 years. I want to know how much planes have to do with like that happening. And pollution probably as well. Anyway, among the birds showing a steep decline are Allen's hummingbirds, Florida scrub jays. Sorry, I belched. Oh, that was gross too. It tasted like McDonald's. McDonald's always tastes horrible on the way up. It has a very distinct taste. Ugh. Florida scrub jays, golden-cheeked warbles, tricolored blackbirds, and yellow-billed magpies. These are very real consequences that are unable to conserve and protect the critical habitats of the that the birds need, said its study and co-author Mike Basher, a senior scientist at the nonprofit Ducks Unlimited. Hey, there you go. Do you guys see? Ducks Unlimited. They're doing good work. They have scientists there, okay? It's not just a redneck like me who blows into a fucking piece of wood and calls ducks in, okay? This guy is a scientist at the nonprofit Ducks Unlimited telling you to help, okay? So I'm not crazy. I could have read that. You probably read ahead. If you're watching this on YouTube, which you should be, Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube, you can watch me struggle to read this article. You probably read that ahead and you're like, why is he talking about Ducks Unlimited? Like, of course they have AK. Anyway, for several decades, waterfowl stood as a conservational bright spot with duck populations growing nationwide, even as many other groups of birds declined in the U.S. But that trend has reversed, the new data shows. The total number of dabbling and diving ducks are down about 30% from 2017. Jesus. I guess that's almost like 10 years. Or it's not. It's fucking I'm an idiot. It's fucking 8 years, Wade. Anyway, hey, that's close to 10. I can do math. I'm going to Costco. I hope that doesn't stick with me as a running bit. The fact that anytime I do a voice, I just say something about Costco. The loss of grasslands habitats and a prolonged drought affecting the wetlands of the Great Plains Prairie pothole region have taken a toll. Among all waterfowl numbers are down 20% since 2014, the report found. Jeez. The latest report is a collaboration between several groups, including Cornell University, Ducks Unlimited, American Bird Conservation, whatever. Anyway, the National Audubon Society and the American Ornithological Society. Fuck me, dude. Why do they use such big words, and why do I have to be so dumb? The work draws on a survey data from the U.S. Geological Survey, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services, and citizen projects such as the Cornell eBirds. Oh, that's cool. So they have like an app for like bird watchers, so they're helping track the population via like Cornell eBirds. Is that what that is? I'm guessing that's pretty cool. I'm just assuming. And if that's not a thing, it should be. There are some 2,000 bird species in North America. A third of the species examined are at a rate of high or moderate concern for conservation due to declining numbers, habitat loss, and other threats. These birds need urgent conservation attention, said Amanda Rodwell, a study co-author from Cornell, adding that the bird surveys tend to reveal the health of their habitat. The report focuses on the birds that must breed and feed in specific habitats such as forest, grasslands, and coastal regions. Grassland birds, including the bobolink, are the most at risk. Grassland birds, huh? That is strange, yeah, because it is. I wonder if that just like shows why humans are such a unique animal in the fact that we've adapted. Well, one, we've completely changed the ecosystem to adapt to what is our strength. And then you watch other animals, and if you take away their plate, they don't adapt as well because they require certain parameters in order to breed. That's pretty interesting. I don't know. For each species that we are in danger of losing, we are pulling an individual thread out from a complex tapestry of life, said Georgetown University biologist Pete Amara, who was not involved in the new study. Damn, that's a great way to put that. Pulling an individual thread out of a complex tapestry of life. Damn. Mara pointed out the key past conservation success in the U.S., such as the comeback of the bald eagle, egots, and what the fuck is an osprey? I'm going to look up what that looks like now. Or I want to. Anyway, I don't even know what either of those are. We know we cannot bend the curve back with a targeted we can bend the curve back with a targeted conservation plan, but we cannot close our eyes and hope. Yeah, that is true. Can't close your eyes and hope. Got to come up with a plan, and I hope they do, because like birds are, I think everybody's fascinated by birds. They're strange animals that almost don't make sense that they can do what they do. They're also tiny dinosaurs, and I'm all for tiny dinosaurs, okay? I want to see more dinosaurs, okay? And if the bird makes a comeback as a giant winged bird, like as they once were, I'd be kind of sick to fucking see that, okay? So anyway, if you guys want to help, like, go to a Ducks Unlimited dinner. If you guys want to help, yeah. Wade, are you a giant advertisement, this podcast? Yes. For Costco and Ducks Unlimited, I sure as fuck am. You can go to Ducks Unlimited, dude. Go to one of their dinners, buy some on a silent auction. That's where I bought my first gun. I was 9 years old and at an auction, and they pulled all the kids up, and I was fucking gonna get that gun. I was like, I want it. I'm sure they probably don't do that anymore. I'm sure that's pretty frowned upon to let children try to use their parents' money to buy a gun. But they do have guns there that you can bid on, and fun little spa packages and all sorts of fun shit. So go to a local Ducks Unlimited, or go to the fucking bingos they have. Apparently they have bingo. I looked this up the other day. Super fun. You know where else you could go and support me instead if you don't want to support the Ducks? punninggame.com. That's right, everybody. punninggame.com is where you can find this show, Who Gives a F, my other show with Nathan. And that comes out weekly. And you have a back catalog of a bunch of great shows we've had on the network over the years. So go over there, check it out at punninggame.com. And while you're there, hop over to the Punning Game shop and get yourself t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at punninggame.com. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWTPOD. And they get you free shipping at checkout. NWTPOD for free shipping, you guys. And if you'd like to watch this or see other content that I put out, such as sketches or stand-up clips, all that good stuff, you want to head over to youtube.com and search Comic Wade Taylor. Comic Wade Taylor on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. Just let me know where you're watching from. It would be cool. I know there's some people out there watching. Thank you for checking out the channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Just recently hit over 200 subscribers on the channel, so I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much to all you guys supporting the channel. I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you very much. And if you also want to find out where I'm doing comedy shows or see even other content that's not on YouTube sometimes, go to Instagram. My handle is back here, Wade Taylor _WGAF. That's Wade Taylor _WGAF. So go check that out. There's a lot of stuff there. That's where you can find most of my dates when I'm doing stand-up. If you're in the Cedar Rapids area this Thursday, doing a show with my buddy Sam Hershock. Check my Instagram for the details of where that show is. And then we're also doing a show up in Mason City, Iowa. That's this coming Saturday. So that would be Cedar Rapids on March 27th, and then March 29th in Mason City. Check out my Instagram for details on those shows, you guys. Guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. I'm Wade Taylor. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.